once again to the often imitated, never perfected Lois and Lamar show. Right now, I am Lamar Bumbury, as you can always know and see. I'm also here with Lois and also our co-star, Sax Cat Ron, the Music Man. And our main guest today now, Gavin Cook. How you doing, brother? What's going on?
Great, man. Good to see you. Good to see everybody.
Welcome to the show, Gavin. Nice to have you here.
Hey, big brother. Okay. Glad to be here.
Gavin, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you were born. What do you do? And in reading your bio, you've made a lot of different transitions in your life. So share some of that journey with us. I see you went from teaching to attorney to playwright or vice versa. But you
work for New York State as well.
Right.
You've done a lot, and if you just share some of that with us.
Born in Philadelphia for a hot minute. Mother and father was from Philadelphia, got born there, and they came to Camden. Grew up in Camden. And quiet. Mind my own business generally. Real quiet. Even shy.
It's the best way to live sometimes. Quiet.
But through my life, I really had a lot of energy. I did a lot of different things. Boxed. Particularly when I went to law school, I was fortunate to go to law school. Didn't have any money. Seton Hall Law School. I got invited to go to the summer program. And that was an opportunity for me. That's because I wanted to be a lawyer when I was in high school.
So you was boxing and doing the lawyer thing at the same time?
Yeah, I guess I am jumping around because I do a lot of different things.
No, but that's cool though. Like, was that going on around that time?
I was sparring. I did some amateur fighting.
Okay.
But then I did some professional fighting for a few fights. But I got the opportunity to go to law school. And at the time, it was in Newark, New Jersey. Seton Hall's in Newark. And I didn't have the money. It was a summer program, so I had to live up there. I didn't have the car to go back and forth.
Yeah.
My mother didn't have any money, so I needed a place to stay. So I went out there on faith. I went out there, I had my clothes and everything, and it was during the summertime. I didn't have no money. And didn't know how I was thinking how I was going to go to class day to day, and where to wash myself.
Oh man, the struggle.
Out in the park or something like that. I was thinking.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have any money.
Back against the wall.
But one of the financial aid persons came in, introduced himself. The professors that were teaching the summer class, introduced himself. And I took the opportunity to visit him, and he gave me a check to stay at the YMWCA.
Wow.
Which was down the street from Seton Hall Law School. And I was thankful. And went through the summer program. And a relative gave me some money in the mail because I didn't have no money. But I did have the money to just enough to stay because of the financial aid officer, and it was $10. And
$10.
I was appreciative of that $10.
I know that's right.
No, because
I know that's right.
Because my family didn't have the money.
That's right.
And it was an aunt that did the best she could. And I said I was determined to make it because my family didn't have the money, and they gave me all that they could afford.
There was no plan B. This was it.
Right. So I got accepted, and I was an active individual, and there was a gym down the street in Newark. I used to spar with a guy at heavyweight. I used to swim. I used to run 4 or 5 miles before in the morning, and I would go to class. And it was like solo, and I graduated. I graduated towards the end of the class, but I graduated. I applied to. I wanted to. I was at the Juvenile Justice Clinic. I was representing juveniles.
Okay.
In Newark, and a lot of juveniles. Stealing cars. Newark was #1 in stealing cars in the United States at that particular time.
That was that time for them.
And I represented the juveniles, not in a trial or anything like that, but just for students, preliminary, just to get them released. So, and I got I got a job at Prisoners Legal Services in New York,
Okay.
my senior year. And I worked for Prisoners Legal Service for 25 years.
Wow.
In Albany. And I love the job. 70,000 state incarcerated prisoners in the state of New York.
Mm.
And we had offices in 5 different offices because we covered all of New York. In Albany, we had about 7 prisons. And I would represent the prison mostly on excessive force cases where correctional officers were beating inmates. And there were significant injuries. And I became skilled in that. We settled a lot of those cases.
Oh, I feel it's something that you had more of a passion for when it came to these kids.
Let me take this back just a little bit.
Go ahead.
You say cases where the correctional officers were beating the inmates.
There were incidents where,
It's a thing.
in some of these maximum security prisons, you got prisons all the way upstate New York,
Mhm.
Clinton, and
Mm-hmm.
this is beyond. It's Albany and beyond.
Yes.
And Sing Sing.
Oh man. Oh man.
So
yeah.
all those prisons.
Yeah, way
And
back
every
in the
now
day.
and then
Way back in the day.
we get about thousands of letters a year, all the offices from prisoners, and we would handle medical cases, mental health cases,
Mhm.
confinement, 24-hour confinement in prisons, and we discipline, we challenge those hearings.
Mm.
And there were cases where they said they were beaten by correctional officers,
Wow.
and they would describe their injuries,
Just like today.
and I would interview them, and so I would.
Never changes.
Yeah, so I took those cases serious. So I became skilled, and there was a number of cases. I really enjoyed working. The prisoners, you get a letter from them,
Mm-hmm.
and it might be a parole violation, or they were denied parole,
Okay.
or something was going on inside the prison with a correctional officer being harassed,
Okay.
or a number of other things that were going on. And just for me to respond and give them information, they felt good. Because no one was responding to prisoners.
Yeah, they felt like they weren't getting that respect, and you gave them that. That means
Yes,
a lot to them,
but we were
yes.
Prisoners Legal Services, and that was our job
Mhm.
to. And so,
You
but
was their voice.
There.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what it
To
is.
Yeah,
have
because-
someone
because-
present that
yeah,
way.
right.
yeah, because Attica, we came into existence because of in Attica, 1972, about 44 people were killed.
Jeez.
A lot of prisoners, some correctional. They blamed on the correctional officers as they were state troopers that came there. It was they called a riot, uprising. They took over the prison in Attica in 1972, and they had the state troopers come in, and quite a number of them were killed by
Yeah, I
state
remember
troopers.
that. That's
It was
Were you born?
murder.
Damn.
It was
Were you
murder.
born?
I remember reading about that.
Yeah, it was
You were born in
worse.
1972?
No, I remember reading about it after it happened
I
years
thought you
later.
were born after 72.
No, not yet.
That was a
Not
long
yet.
time ago. Yeah, I know. I've been
I,
around.
listen, I like
I've
a
been
lot of.
around.
I read a lot of old stuff that happens in the past. Like I really get into.
I
Yes.
thought you were born like after that. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I didn't
Yeah.
mean to get you off
No,
course.
yeah, no,
Yeah, but that's what So the state of New York recognized that they don't want to go through that again because it costs millions of dollars,
Yes.
and the lives that were lost. So they started the money, and we were supported by the Democratic
Mm,
legislatures
okay.
because Republicans that didn't believe in prisoners' legal services. Nobody did, it's,
Yeah. Like they're not people.
Yeah, and they wasn't going to give them money. That's their They got their places, things that they give the money to,
Mhm.
their priorities, but prisoners' legal service was not.
Just happen not to be a priority.
Wasn't high on the list, right?
Yeah. But we was funded, and so that was the time that I was really busy. I was boxing. I was running in the morning.
Shout out to the Camden boxers out there too.
Yeah.
Especially from the 70s and the 80s.
Yeah, because when I got in shape, I felt like I was in shape. I was
Mhm.
really, because you was running, punching, and in the ring, sparring with guys. These guys were coming at you.
I
Did you have any
understand.
championship games?
Champion?
win any
No.
No belts or nothing?
No, I didn't. I was a full-time lawyer.
Okay.
And I would show up in the gym.
You had a love for the sport.
Yeah,
That's
I was,
what it was for you.
you know,
You
I
had a
was
love
like,
for it.
from Camden, always for a
Mhm.
long time. I was doing it for a long time. And also the community.
Mm-hmm.
And because I would help, you know, the church I would go to the shelter and provide the word and perform because I would, and so the community recognized me as somebody that was community minded and involved with the community, and so had a reputation. I was a part of the committee of the Black and Hispanics attorneys, and you know, helped to organize going into the school.
You're part of the good guys.
Yeah, going to the school. You know, it was all good. You know, because
That's right.
you know, in the shelter, those coming to the shelter, don't have a place to go to the shelter, and we could share the word of God with them, and we would sing.
And you good no
Yeah.
matter where you went. Because
Yeah. So that was, and so I was like always busy. I was so busy I forgot that was my birthday yesterday.
I guess that was your birthday.
Yeah. So I was always into something. That was my schedule. But that kept me going. You know, just to be. I had to be busy.
You needed structure to keep you. You know.
I needed to
moving.
get be involved in
You need
things.
something, yeah. You don't. You're not the
I
type that
took
does
the
idle stuff.
job. I took the job 100% serious. The boxing I took 100%
No,
serious.
that's right.
The community I took 100% serious. That was me. I took everything I did. I was serious minded, and I took everything serious. I put and in the boxing. You know, or you should go for the fight. You know, instead of a fight. I said, you know, because I'm beyond. I was beyond the age to do that. And when I told him my age, he said, "Oh, you know." So, but no, I couldn't. You know, but I was 100% everything I did.
Serious minded.
I took it serious. Yeah.
And I can understand that because I was a serious minded person up until maybe 10 years ago. I took everything serious.
Right. But that was back then. Right now, I take things serious. You know, I was still it was a 75% cut after 25 years. So I decided to where I'm going to go. So I had to come back to where I came from. And my mother was 80-something years old. So I'm just going to come back and. So I did some administrative law judge work in Brooklyn, worked like a dog, you know, and that's all I did, you know, because you're doing the hearings, hearing after hearing after hearing, unemployment appeals, and it was super busy. And that's all I had time to do. I hardly had no time to run.
That was the grind.
Yeah, that was the grind. That was it, you know.
What years was that?
That was I left that in, what's that, 2013? 2013, this is time
This
to
is
move.
2019.
Okay,
19.
not that far ago.
Yeah, I was in Brooklyn. I lived in Newark, and I took a train. I was going back and forth, but I was like a paid slave.
Yeah.
You know, and then I felt like I was being treated like a slave because you had about 25 judges.
You needed to change.
Yeah.
When it gets like that, it's time
I needed, you know,
to move on and just get out of that.
I was unhappy.
Change.
And so I left in good standing. I came back, you know, South Jersey, and trying to find my way. But right now, what I'm doing, I just did a hearing this morning, administrative law judge, per diem administrative law judge for New York State Higher Education defaulted student loans. And I was doing that when I was up there on the side. And
See, this is why you forgot your birthday, you know.
on the side. But yes, I appreciate them contacting me, even though I'm in New Jersey and they up there, you know, New York, but they needed some judges, so they'll send me a package. And it'll be a telephone hearing, you know, so, and or in writing hearing. I just, you know, write the decision on the package. So, and I get paid for that. So that's good. As insurance, I'm looking into insurance. I just hope somebody's contact me because I'm a licensed insurance, but that didn't really go well. It seemed like I was chasing after people to make a sale.
Yeah.
You know, so somebody called me out of the blue Said, hey, I can give you some free leads. And he's talking to me, brother. You know, he's living in Cleveland.
Okay.
And so I said, I'll go with that. I said, I'll go with you. And so see what happens.
It made sense to you.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
he's you know, we're connecting. Like, you know, we're connected.
Exactly.
You know, he want to see me make it. And I can't figure out. I said, when he called me in the mall, I said, I don't know who you are. I said, I'm good. I'm with it. I'm ready with a company.
Mm-hmm.
And you pay for the leads, but it really wasn't making no sales. You almost made a sale, but nobody had the money, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But so he called me out the blue. He said, hey, I can give you free leads. Free leads? I said, what's the pushback? What do you get out of it?
Yeah, something has to give.
Yeah.
You just go give you free
He said, I
leads
just wanted to get you started. He said, I just want to get you
I
started.
can respect that.
You know, so I do that. And so the plays, directing plays.
Yeah, you said that was a thing that you did. Now I heard a lot about a lot of the plays that you've been, involving yourself in. That's a whole different world outside of everything you've done so far. Like, tell us more about that.
Yeah, it started when I was in Poughkeepsie working for Principal Services, Albany. Then I got, Poughkeepsie, and they had a play at the church, this particular church, and I ended up being one of the soldiers because it was Easter or something, and Jesus, you had a professional Jesus.
Okay, got the professional.
And you had
Jesus
the animals in there. They changed the whole church into back in the day, and I had a whip.
Hey, you're really taking it back out the whip.
And people were crying in the audience. We had there were about hundreds and hundreds of people, about 3 shows, and we had the fake blood, and they had them nailing on the cross. They put them up on the cross. They went all out with this play.
Oh yeah.
This was looked like a Jesus, and was able to put the blood. It was like red ketchup. We would go up to Jesus and put the blood on him, and each time.
So we're really doing like the Passion of the Christ on stage. Like it's really going all the way in. We gonna. I
tell you, I did the whip, and I was whipping them, but the whip seemed like it wasn't real. It wasn't a real whip, but it looked like it.
Who was you whipping?
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is a play.
Baby Jesus.
The people in the play.
No, this is a play. But so this
is going down.
Yeah, this was serious.
This is what really happened. This is going
people
down.
were crying. They were crying in the audience.
Oh yeah, because when they see it in real life, it's different when you read it versus when you see it.
This play. Afterward, they say, "How come you were so mean?" I was told to be mean and told to beat Jesus.
That's right.
Wow.
That's who they were in them times. So you got to stay true to source material.
So that was my introduction to being acting, and then I was also acting in other plays. Or I was doing poems, and I was in a museum, and one of the directors he had me doing one of the main. Every time he did a play, I was in the main things in the museum and. Langston Hughes did one of the poems, and so I was looking sharp. I was moving and dancing. So then I came to South Jersey in a little small church in Dorothy. I had a little script to do my mom's church, a little small Rose Temple church, and she gave it to me, to work with. It's a little play. It's a small play, Glory Train, and we did Glory Train.
Okay.
And so she said, and on a flyer, then we did want to be a pastor, and she said that I put my name on it, but I couldn't say that I'm the director because it was already a play. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got offended by that. So I said I'm going to make my own play this time.
Make your own version, right?
Yeah.
So you stamp your name on it.
Yeah. Right.
Put some respect on your name.
Right.
All right.
Yeah. I'm going to, so that's what I did. And with Book of Life, that was my first time I did that because I read the Bible and I said, and I just heard somebody say Book of Life. I said, I'm gonna do a book and play, and he said I just did that. So
all right.
So now I'm on right now.
It's all over the place.
Yeah. So we got a couple plays coming up. Yeah, and everybody's giving it an A+ feedback. Book of Life and
Book of Life. Check that out.
Yeah, we're looking at March. But H.B. Wilson Elementary School, I applied for the permit to do it, use it at the school. So I'm waiting for. The A-OK, but the principal say, hey, there ain't no problem. So I'm looking for May the 18th, that's a Saturday, so I want to get the community of Centerville
Oh, okay.
Come that and
I used to stay outside.
yeah, free will offering. I paid a lot of money for the microphones and all that, close to $1,000. So I feel as though I need to get the money back on that. We got 12 mics, personal mics on this machine here. I don't play. So I say, let me go ahead and get the equipment.
That's right.
Nothing like investing in yourself.
You have to.
Right.
Lois
So-
and More TV show, I invest wholeheartedly into that show because that's my passion right now. Just
Right.
like you, a hobby. That's my
Right.
hobby. It's an expensive hobby, but I invest in the show.
I don't
And
think
it all started from a conversation.
I know
Right.
it started from a conversation with
Right.
this one pushing me to go a little bit higher.
Yeah, I don't believe in doing a play and then all of a sudden the microphones don't work right. You're relying on somebody else's equipment.
Yes.
And people can't hear what you got. I said, well, let me go ahead and get the equipment.
Yeah, make sure that part is good first.
Right. Get the person that know how to work the equipment.
That's right.
So it can be professional.
That's right, because if you're going to do it professionally.
Do it
'Cause
right.
It's these people that's going to come back and talk about your play if
Yeah.
it's not professional the way it is. You don't
Yeah.
know.
It wasn't all that professional at the Philadelphia Ethical Center. They had a short, but we were professional,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody loved the play.
See?
There was some interruption with the sound and all that kind of stuff,
Mhm.
and the music didn't play a couple of times, But this time we want to get it right.
But you stepped your best foot forward, and
Right.
you still was able to give a certain era of professionalism that just helped you just smooth everything over. That's what it was.
Yeah, but things like that happen, and we even had a singer that they didn't have the CD wasn't working, and she was kind of waiting for the CD to work, but she sang a cappella, and she sounded good.
And she killed it, didn't she?
Yeah,
That's
she
the
did.
truth.
Yeah. That's why I'm doing the play. We got the plays coming up, and hopefully, we're looking forward to do a really good performance. We're going to work hard and prepare.
Okay.
We're going to get our pitfalls and straighten it out.
Are you planning on writing anything more after the Book of Life, or is
Yeah, it entered my mind.
Has it entered your mind?
And in my mind, but I think that we're going to go ahead and just do this for the next couple plays, and then when everybody get tired of it, and and everybody, I think that if we can get everybody, not everybody has, because we had not big numbers at the churches that we did it at, Mount Zion, that was local. I think we had the greatest numbers was at the Philadelphia Ethical Society.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
sold out
That was
before.
capacity,
Okay.
and.
But you also had some renowned playwrights that came in to see that play. Because I saw them at the door. I have done
Yeah, I
performances
heard.
with them.
I heard. But so we're gonna keep on doing what we're doing. That's all. I mean, because we just starting off, and I'm just kind of like a young, starting off as far as.
Yeah, you're just
direct-
getting
direct-
into this,
director.
so
Yeah, right.
I can tell you're going to give them that work, no matter
Yeah.
what it is. I can tell you're going to, any future plays that you do, I know they're going to get better and better because with tenacity, things sharpen.
Right.
Things sharpen more and more. Each time you do it, it gets easier, better, and you get better at it each time. I know because I've heard about the plays. I've definitely heard about them. The ones that you've been doing so far, I've heard about them. She told me about them. So I know that you're going to do your thing. Matter of fact, yo,
It's
man,
just awesome.
you do music, right?
Just a little bit.
Look, you need to holler at him. I'm just going to do a straight
I did.
plug-in right now. You need to holler at him so y'all can do this.
I
Sorry
did.
about this, ladies and gentlemen, but I got to, plug people in. It's just, okay.
Yeah, we got a saxophone player. We had, Dwayne, and we had another person from the church, and I talked to you about.
You're right.
Good
So I
stuff.
heard, yeah, that maybe I wonder if two saxophone players can play. But yeah, so it's good to have options and like to add people in, so see what happens.
Look, I'm excited, man.
Yeah. So
Tell them, where can you be found on social media, emails, anything that you would want the people to know so they can contact you for future endeavors? Let them know.
Well, Gavin A Cook. That's my name on the Facebook page.
Okay.
Gavin A Cook. GAVINCOOK. Gavin Cook on Facebook, and we have our plays on Facebook, and we have some acting going on.
Okay.
On Facebook that they can click on and can see our acting, and so that's how you can contact me, and we're going to be sharing the flyer once we get the flyer for the plays coming up.
You're going to be looking for more actors for more of your projects too. You know. Tell
Well,
them that.
you know, yeah, I mean, you know, expand it, and you know, you never know. Actors sometimes become unavailable for one legitimate reason or another, and so you know, I'm always looking, you know, to see who's available. And I really don't have a lot of people available just in case something happens. So that's, you know, so you just hope that not the last minute thing happens.
Yeah.
You know, so it's good to. I know you act, and so you know, well, we got the saxophone player over here.
Yeah, I don't act. Well, I act every
He's
day.
the music
so.
man. He does his thing.
Right, right.
You heard that, Jersey and Philly actors. Gavin A. Cook, if you want to get involved in anything, this is the man to contact. You never know what may happen in the future. Things start small, turn into mountains. Go for it.
If you cannot reach Gavin on Facebook, you're always welcome to contact the Lois and Lamar TV Talk Show. We will be happy to assist you. Gavin, thank you
Damn,
for coming
Skippy.
on the show.
Great, thanks.
Thank you
I'm
for
honored, and thank you for inviting me.
letting your journey be a part of our journey. And know that we are your hands to rising stars.
Okay.
And me, I
I got
really
to change you
enjoyed
into
it.
an angel instead of homeless lady. She plays the homeless lady part.
I really enjoyed the time. And we got matching baldies too, so you know I always respect the guy with
Yeah, yeah.
baldy the nice vest. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. All
ball
natural,
game.
all real.
It's all real.